Is Men Fashion Week changing for the better? Many seem to think so. It's definitely evolving in a way that brings some excitement or this sort of intrigue. Designs are starting to look a bit more interesting again, and it's come at a good time because there are more men who are more receptive to exploring fashion and kind of experimenting with their style, in my opinion. Paris Fashion Week for Menswear Spring Summer 2027 recently ran from June 23rd to the 28th, so let's talk about it, although I'm a bit late. Also in this video, I might talk about a few designers outside of Paris Fashion Week. I don't know yet, but in any case, the main focus will be on Paris. I saw a lot of sheer fabrics, leather and suede this season. Skinny pants are coming back, I fear. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but what I've seen so far, I've liked, so let's get into it. From the New York Times, it was said that designers like Dior, Dries Van Noten, and Prada lean heavily into sheer see-through materials. Additionally, skinny pants and shrunken silhouettes made a significant comeback, heavily polarizing the runway. Alright, starting off strong, let's talk about Dior. As mentioned earlier, there were a lot of sheer fabrics. The show felt so fresh and easy. Some distressed jeans, but also these crisp, double-breasted pajama shirts. Excellent color blocking. Like this blue and pink look. I like the collar and the dark blue trimming going along the shirt. I also like the way the buttons come together to a point like a V shape. Looks really good. Sarah Moyer from Vogue stated, "Private school kid stumbling downstairs after what looked like a good few nights on the rampage while someone's parents were away." I can agree with that. The models looked put together as if going to a formal dinner, but also at the same time disheveled and rushed as if they were rushing to get out of the house. I really liked the opening look, very sheer, it was really pretty, and I liked how the model came down the stairs and plugged in an iPhone, kind of starting off the playlist. Jonathan Anderson mentioned how this was his fantasy character, you know, partying, going out, dressing up, preparing for formality. Eaton. I absolutely love these cardigans. Loose fitting with the extra fringe at the waist and at the end of the sleeves. Looks like a blanket that the models just threw on. I've mentioned before that these extra long sleeves are becoming a thing, and I saw so many looks with them as well. I loved a lot of the details in the jackets. Like in this look. Look at it. It's just so good. Next is Celine. This was Michael Ryder's first collection for the house. I thought the show was very well balanced. They had a few skinny cut pants and also these flowy drawstring balloon pants that I like. Usually Celine likes to stay in this chic, more toned down or quiet luxury lane, but this collection feels very fresh. More colors, still chic but a little more playful, I would say. I really like these sweater and pants sets that had this band wrapped around the waist, like a cummerbund worn under a formal suit but worn more casually. It looks good. Capri pants are back in style, but now for men as well. I saw a few looks with them and instantly liked it. Okay, moving on to Louis Vuitton. Pharrell Williams had this huge water installation simulating a giant wave for surfing. There was sand everywhere, so you get the vibe. There was some relaxed tailoring to full-on wetsuits, showing how some designers are leaning more towards incorporating tech wear into their looks. Surprisingly, there was a lot of denim and leather for this show, even though it was for spring summer. Very dandy style mixed with West Coast surfer boy and so much layering. A lot of new bags came out in this light yet sturdy fabric. I think they called it the new Silk Tech, if I'm not mistaken. A little different from their usual leather or canvas bags. Looks really good. Light and soft. I need to carry one immediately. Okay, next we have Ralph Lauren. I think this was a week's favorite for many people, although it was showcased in Milan. The brand wants to be stylish and polished, but not too polished. The Polo Ralph Lauren man is a creative, I would say. A lot of silk linen and tweed tailoring worn with fisherman sandals, for example. Mainly a lot of blues, creams, whites, and light brown colors, which is very on brand. However, some of my favorite looks were the more colorful ones. There's this look where the model had on this almost Canadian style tux and a pink sweater wrapped around the waist. Loved it so much. Like, look at the contrasting patterns with the striped shirt underneath this multicolored checked vest. Amazing. There were also these Japanese influenced Hakama derived trousers, making their usual formal silhouette more casual and light. The city boy trend is taking over, and I assure you, many men will be dressing like this in the future. Oh, and Simone Rocha made her debut with her first menswear only collection. So pretty. I've been loving this brand for a long time, so I'm so excited and happy that she's finally expanding more into menswear. Honestly, almost no notes for me. Everything was so good. Rosha's vision for menswear is ultra feminine, sticking to the brand's core ethos, but with slightly masculine cuts. Ruffled jerseys, long hem sheer shirts. There was this tenderness feeling when watching a lot of the models go down the runway. I liked the opening look. The model carried these flowers. The length of the shorts are perfect. The looser fit of the jacket is nice. I really like this look with the fitted white tank underneath this sheer top. It has this lace collar with the bold detail. I want it so bad. So I enjoyed the show quite a bit. So much volume and movement. Everything looks light and easy to wear. It's in a neutral color palette as well. Alright, next, let's talk about Dries Van Noten. Julian Klausner wanted something light and delicate for this season. There were a lot of these buttery caramel colored pieces, softer pieces like silk cargo pants. A lot of the fabrics chosen gave the collection this airy, lightweight feel. Again, wash silk, some chiffon, soft and thin nylon, and also these nearly sheer stocking weight knits. There were a few animal prints as well throughout the show, like cheetah or snake. As you can see, during this fashion week, there were a lot of deep scoop necklines showing more skin. A lot of layering, although it's summer, achieved by using more light, breezy fabrics. Many designers went for this casual beachwear, more coastal aesthetics. I mean, Louis Vuitton literally had some models come down carrying surfboards. However, there was also a rise of slimmer fits. As mentioned earlier, lean tailoring was used, stepping away from the baggy, oversized streetwear look. There were a couple brands that had emphasis on skinny jeans or slim-fitting pants, like Saint Laurent, for example. Look how tight they are. Quick tangent, but the shoes look really interesting. I don't care what anyone says. Kinda into it. Also, there was Prada with these spray-on skin-tight jeans and leather pants. Even Acne Studios, which for a while has kind of been known for those baggy, distressed, and discolored jeans, they have switched to a more slimmer proportion. A lot of low-rise and slim silhouettes. Menswear style usually moves slowly, changing over time bit by bit. But this seems like an abrupt swing to the other side. We were just obsessing over having extra fabric and big oversized clothing. It was just last year Dior had men in these huge, almost skirt-like cargo shorts, which I still love by the way. And now this year, the same Dior man have on skinny jeans. Many are calling this the GLP or Ozempic effect, since many people are wanting to lose weight and have slimmer bodies now. So what do you think? Could there be some truth to that? Because it's been a while since I've seen such a huge stark change in menswear like this, so only time will tell. Also, there's this brand Egon Lab and their Coquette Core. I mean, the shorts were short, almost micro. You get the gist. I feel like next season there will be even more brands going towards a more skinny silhouette. But even if that's the case, there were still a few brands playing with loose fits this season. You know I have to mention Soshiosuki. Forever loved this brand. For the Spring-Summer 2027 collection, the models came down in these voluminous pants with soft pleats, pale colors, very lightweight, and everything looks so sultry. Osuki created this collection to show this kind of strict, office-bound father going on an adventure at a resort. It also had this nostalgic feeling from memories he doesn't have, because he also mentioned wanting to travel around Europe when he was young but couldn't. And I think you can definitely see that in a lot of the looks here. I loved all of the curled belts that were slightly tucked into the pants. The styling was very beautiful. I think one of my favorite looks is this blue and orange number. I love the cut of the shorts. Looks so comfortable. Like, just give me the entire look and I wear it. Another brand that focused on looser proportions was Kiko Kostadinov. A lot of their clothing was oversized and big on the body, very loose and flowy. Shun Suen is another one, I believe. But anyways, again, I really enjoyed this fashion week for menswear. A few more mentions of shows that I liked include Sakai, Woo Young Min, Blue Marble, which I'm obsessed with, and of course La Mer. They looked really good. Oh, and at the time of this recording, Couture Fashion Week is going on, so I definitely plan on talking about women's wear and some of my favorite couture shows that are happening this season in a future video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm starting to get interested in menswear fashion again, so I can't wait to see how things evolve in the next season. Alright, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I would really appreciate it. And if you have an interest in fashion or beauty in any way, then subscribe to my channel so we can talk about it together. And let's follow each other on social media if you want. I will have the links in my description below. Everything is at Jupiter Hurssey. Okay, see you later.